Good day, Rob Vivian here from Rob Vivian Coaching. Thank you in advance for taking a few minutes and watching an episode in our series, Making Dreams Come True. You know, if you think about it, guys and gals, every real estate coaching company, their mission, their goal is to assist realtors in making their dreams come true. And in this series, we're going to be using the metaphor of a 25-story condo building. Obviously, when you get a license, you're on the first floor, just getting started. The 25th floor, the penthouse, that's the pinnacle of your career. On the 25th floor, that's where everything has gone your way. All your dreams have come true. When you travel and you're on the 25th floor, you take your own private jet. I'm not on the 25th floor. I may never get to the 25th floor. You may never get to the 25th floor. That's the pinnacle. But there's lots of success in this condo building. Probably the second or third floor, that's where you're starting to make more money than you're spending, so you have a viable real estate business. And so anything north of that is good, obviously. So we're gonna be interviewing some of our superstar clients one at a time, and we're gonna ask them several questions. Where were they? What floor were they on when we started working with them? And what floor are they on now? How did they get from that lower floor to that upper floor? And what is it like living on that floor they're on right now? And then how are they going to get from that floor they're on to the upper floors? Hopefully, as you're watching, you'll be picking up some ideas and learning on how they had the success they have now and how can they continue to have further success. Enjoy the interview. Rob Vivian here from Rob Vivian Coaching. Thanks for joining us for episode 1 of Making Dreams Come True. Today, we have with us Sugan Sivarajah. If you're anywhere around me, if you come to my seminars or coaching client, you know I brag about Sugan all the time. I'm always talking about how awesome that he's doing. So logically, he would be episode 1 in our Making Dreams Come True. So Sugan, welcome.
Thank you.
And so, as you know, we're using the metaphor of a 25-story building. The 25th floor is the penthouse. That's the ultimate goal. Anything, you know, when you start your real estate career, you're on ground floor. Once you get to the second or third floor, that's the floor where you're starting to make more money than you're spending. So that's good. So anything north of the second, third floor is a viable business. The further you go up in the floors, obviously the better it is. So the questions we want to ask Sugan is, where was he when we started working with him? Where is he now? What's that like? And how's he going to get to higher floors? So let's start with that question. So Sugan, where were you? Which floor were you on when we first met?
That's a great question. I hope everyone going to listen to this answer. Ground floor.
So we met you, you were just getting started out.
Yeah, just my second year I met you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You remember when I freaked you out by telling you're going to make $1 million?
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah. Yeah.
And so what floor would you say you're on now?
I would say I'm in 20th floor right now.
Okay.
There's still more rooms to grow.
And so the 20th floor that's a big floor. Now I know that that's correct for you, right? Because I know you, because you're really achieving success that actually, honestly, a lot of folks won't get to. So there's a lot of floors south of there because life was good on the 10th floor, yes?
Yeah.
And on the 15th floor.
Yeah.
You know where else is good? The 21st floor.
Oh, yeah.
And the 22nd floor and so on. Yes?
Yeah.
So the question that we want to discuss is, when you started on the first floor, what did you do mentally and what did you do structurally to get yourself to this 24 that you're on right now? So we'll start with the mental side. So what did you have to do?
So mentally, actually, I work on my mind, more positive way of thinking. Each day when I get up in the morning, I prepare myself to run my day in my control. That's what I did when I started the business, and I clearly understood that the knowledge is a power, but action is a key thing. Knowing is not enough. Bruce Lee wording, knowing is not enough. We must apply. So whatever you coach me back then, I applied myself. I never hesitate myself to how to go and talk, or I just apply things to get the result out. Either I learn or I gain.
So you started doing things instead of sitting around waiting for it to come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because waiting for it to come to you is how you live on the low floors.
That's right.
Which is most people watching this video, by the way.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Okay. And so really just making that decision to do things, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. What about structurally, calling your database, making your calls? What did you do structurally to get to the 24th floor?
So structurally, I listened to your advice, which is you told me back in, I had to call all my past clients and center of influence. I strictly follow that, and I block myself. I create a strong schedule for myself. I block my morning routine to prospecting. I structure the business. The way I want to operate it. I clearly taught myself, and I assumed like you're the boss. You gave me the job, so I had to complete the job task.
So you decided that I'm the boss.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you share that with my wife?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I appreciate that. Because I'd like that actually. All right, good. So really, the getting from when you were just starting the ground floor up to the 20th floor was just thinking on a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
Right? And then just doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would think that our one-on-one clients, coaches, the most common thing they would say to the clients is, call your database or make your calls or whatever. But I think the most common phrase our coaches say to the clients is less thinking, more doing. And I think that's where you're saying was a good thing for you because you stopped thinking so much and started doing things, yes?
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
good. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about this 20th floor. Because as I mentioned a few minutes ago, it's the second or third floor where you actually start making more than you're spending.
Yeah.
So that's a viable business.
Yeah.
And then the higher you go up, just the better life gets and the more positive impact you can have on people around you.
Yeah.
So what does the 20th floor look like? What's life like on that floor?
The 20th floor I'm experiencing, which is more than what I expect. And I never thought about it when I was at the ground floor. I will own a brokerage and managing over 100 people and have 2 locations. And it's all like at the 20th floor. I'm enjoying the momentum. And I married, I have a kid, and yeah. So
you have one and one on the way.
One is on the way. Yeah. So all the 20th floor, I'm learning every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that on a previous floor, like I don't know, floor 15 or 12 or 16, I don't know which floor, but one lower. So when you first made $1 million as a salesperson.
Yeah.
Right. So you accomplished that.
Yeah.
So I would think that a lot of folks watching this are going to get tremendous ideas from you, but they may never make $1 million. But that was a lower floor for you than you're on right now. So your company, Royal LePage Ignite.
Yeah, Royal LePage Ignite.
With your 2 locations east and west of Toronto, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I think you also won an award for being the fastest growing or one of the fastest growing in Canada.
That's right. Yeah, from the Royal LePage.
So life's good on the 20th floor.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, fair enough. And but life isn't over. There's many floors further up, yes?
That's right, yeah.
So the same question on how did we get from the ground floor to the 20th? What do we do mentally? What do we do structurally? So in your mind, what do you feel you have to add in mentally to get yourself to these? Because going from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, that's easier than 20 to 21 to 22 because there's more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think you have to do mentally to get to these upper floors?
Mentally, we have to be strong, and we had to take our time in our control. What I mean by that, mentally, you had to organize and you had to follow your schedule. You cannot go with the flow. I always remember one thing, Rob. The flight always is fly against the wind, right? Same thing. We had to control the business ourselves. We cannot go with the flow. You should have an end destination where you want to go.
So I think most realtors are just tossed to and fro by every time a buyer wants to see something, or they're like a sailboat on a lake on a windy day with no rudder, just being blown all over. So really, you're saying is you need to just take control and stay in control. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, the mindset is a key thing. When your mind is strong and focused, anything you touch is going to be gold. And you had to enjoy talking to the people. We are in the people business. We had to create the art of communication.
And what about the structural side of things, like some things you're going to implement to get to these next floors?
I always learn from you. I always ask you for the help, structurally help me on to grow this business. I follow your instruction to get to this level. Structure, you should have a blueprint to build the 25th story, right? You can build this 25th story building without the architect.
Sounds like I'm the architect.
Yeah,
in this
you're the
story.
architect.
Okay, in this metaphor, I'm the architect. So you're basically saying you do whatever I tell you to do?
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so just in a recap here. So when we first meet, you're on, because you're just brand new.
Yeah.
And I mentioned you in our first meeting in the seminar in front of everybody else that you're going to make $1 million.
Yeah.
Which you did do, which
Yeah.
I think it freaked you out a bit when I said that.
Yeah.
And then you toughened up your mindset. You realized you have to get to work. You did the things we teach. And that $1 million was on a lower floor than we're on right now, because that was several years ago.
Yeah.
Right? That's like floor 15-ish, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. And then after that, did it again and again, and then started the brokerage, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So now we're dwelling
Yeah.
on this 20th floor with your wife, beautiful child, and the other one on the way.
Yeah.
And it's always awesome when you can live a life where financial stress is not a part of the reality, yes? And then there's upper floors, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
That's exciting. So I wanted to say we are honored that we got to play a small part in making that happen.
Oh, hold on,
making
hold on.
dreams come true, okay?
That's a big part you played.
We'll take just a small part,
Okay.
okay? And so as you're watching this, we're also interested in making your dreams come true. So Sugan and myself, we thank you. Have an awesome day.
Associate with a great team. Thank you, Rob.